What if I told you this small crossover just borrowed hybrid tech from Formula One? The 2025 Renault Captur E-Tech in bright red isn't just another urban runabout. It's hiding electrified engineering that's smarter than you think. And it all comes alive when you least expect it. Welcome back to the channel where passion for intelligent design meets the thrill of real-world driving. Whether you're into family vans or high-performance GTs, we dig into what makes vehicles actually good, not just what's on the brochure. Now let's talk Captur. On the surface, this might look like a stylish update to a city-friendly crossover. But the 2025 Captur E-Tech is no mid-cycle refresh with a new coat of paint. This one's been rebuilt with real intent, mechanically, digitally, and emotionally. And in bright red, it doesn't whisper for attention. It announces itself. It starts with the styling. Renault's current design language is maturing fast, and the Captur now wears it like a tailored jacket. The sculpted bonnet, slimline LED matrix headlights, and wide-set grille give a more assertive stance. From some angles, it even flirts with premium territory. Think Audi Q2 or Peugeot 2008, but with a uniquely French twist. But it's under the skin where things get properly interesting. The E-Tech full hybrid system in this Captur is not a watered-down eco-token. It's a clever, multi-mode drivetrain inspired directly by Renault's F1 division. A naturally aspirated 1.6-liter petrol engine is paired with 2 electric motors and innovative dog-clutch transmission, meaning no conventional gears, no torque converter. It's seamless, light, and surprisingly quick on its feet. Total output is just over 140 horsepower, but that's not the point. The point is efficiency that feels alive. In city driving, the Captur E-Tech can run up to 80% of the time on electric power alone. It glides silently through traffic with a calmness that feels years beyond its segment. And thanks to regenerative braking, it sips fuel like a hybrid from a class above, without you having to plug it in. That's right. No cables, no compromises, just intelligent, self-managed electrification. On the open road, the power delivery is smooth, linear, and more responsive than you'd expect. The electric motors fill torque gaps with finesse, making overtakes effortless and hill climbs drama-free. The chassis? Lightly updated, more composed and playful, but with excellent body control for an SUV this size. The steering is quick and progressive, especially in sport mode, where throttle response tightens up and the gearbox finds its most assertive rhythm. And then there's the cabin. Renault's doing interior quality differently these days. Gone are the scratchy plastics of old. The 2025 Captur gives you a soft-touch dashboard, eco-friendly seat materials, and a redesigned center console with a floating layout that improves both ergonomics and storage. The portrait-style touchscreen now runs a new OpenR Link system with Google integration, Maps, Assistant, and Play Store baked right in. It's intuitive, slick, and finally worthy of the hardware it lives on. The bright red exterior theme continues subtly inside, with contrast stitching, trim accents, and even color-match mood lighting if you spec it right. Rear seat space remains class-leading, and the sliding bench setup gives flexibility that rivals can't match. Boot space or legroom on demand. Now, let's circle back to that F1 trick. What sets this hybrid apart is the dog-clutch gearbox and how Renault has tuned it. When you accelerate, the car uses predictive algorithms to select gears and power sources based on your inputs and terrain. The result is a hybrid that feels human. It doesn't just switch between engine and motor. It blends them like a good barista mixes espresso and milk. The drive is never abrupt, always intuitive. Safety and tech have stepped up too. Adaptive cruise, lane centering, auto parking, traffic sign recognition. It's all here, and it works with minimal fuss. Renault's not trying to be flashy with its tech. It's quietly becoming one of the most digitally competent brands in this segment. But perhaps the biggest surprise of the 2025 Captur E-Tech is that it's fun. Not in a hot hatch way, not in a throw it into a corner way, but in the way it anticipates what you need. In the way it makes every trip feel smoother, smarter, and somehow more relaxing. That's where the genius lies. Not in outright performance, but in the serenity it delivers without ever feeling boring. So who's this for? It's for the city driver who wants sophistication without excess. For the eco-conscious commuter who isn't ready to go full EV. And for the family buyer who wants something safe, stylish, and, yes, quietly brilliant, the 2025 Renault Captur E-Tech in bright red is a reminder that real innovation doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers until you press the accelerator. If this video gave you a new perspective on what hybrids can do today, hit that like button. If you're into cars that blend function with flair, make sure to subscribe. We've got more stories like this on the way. And if you know someone who still thinks small SUVs are boring, share this with them. They might just be surprised. Until next time, drive smart, stay curious, and always look beyond the spec sheet.